welcome back. The weekend is soon upon us, and if you're looking for something to do that's a little on the different, interesting, and spooky side, John Monk is in Waterville this morning with just the attraction. Good morning, John. What are you doing this morning?
Good morning, guys. We're here in historic Waterville, where history is actively on display here, but with history also comes the chance of some hauntings. I'm joined with Julia from the Waterville Historical Society. Thanks for having us. So tell me about these haunted Waterville tours you guys are offering the public.
Well, we like to say it's where the paranormal meets the historical.
Yeah.
All of our tour information from our storytellers comes from personal experiences related to us by individuals, most of whom who either grew up or live here in Waterville. The Historical Society then took those stories and we matched that up with the people, the places, and the things that happened in Waterville at the time that those stories relate from. So we merged the two, and we created these historical, the Waterville tours, the haunted Waterville tours.
Yeah, and then so it's almost in two parts. You start here at the Robbins House Museum, but then you also go through the town as well.
We do. So as part of our investigation, we met a lot of paranormal investigators and mediums and other folks that do this kind of work. And we thought, you know what, we think our guests would really like to meet them too. So the first 45 minutes of the program happens inside the museum house, and you will meet a ghost hunter or a medium or someone involved in this kind of work. And they usually have film and audio from their investigations that they've done. And then after that, you will board the horse-drawn trolley, and it's the second part's another 45 minutes with our storyteller taking you to the places where these stories took place.
Excellent. And this isn't the first year you've done this.
This is our second year. We're shaping up for a very, very successful second season.
Alrighty, and you're doing tours this Saturday. There might not be a room, for people to sign up this close to it, but you guys have more options later in the year.
We do. I think there's a couple tickets maybe left. All you have to do, though, we do this every month, once a month, now through October. And if you go to www.watervillehistory.org, there's a banner there. You can get your tickets right online and pick out the time you want to attend.
All right, excellent. Well, Julia, thanks for having us. She's the nuts and bolts person. She runs the organization, but we're going to walk down here and talk to Jim. Jim is the storyteller who has a full database of history here in Waterville. Jim, thanks for having us.
Certainly.
So you're the guy explaining sort of what all these historical landmarks are for people, what happens in there. So what are some of the experiences people might see? What are some of the interesting stories people might hear from Waterville?
Well, I think one of our more interesting spirits in the Robbins house is little Etta Robbins. The 1850 census indicates that Etta was very mentally challenged. Based upon the behavior she shows us, I'm guessing maybe Down syndrome. But one of our favorite mediums, Shelley, as soon as she walks through the door, Etta is right there clinging to her leg. She's very loving and very needy. As far as stories go, I was born and raised in town. I used to sit by the hour with my grandfather and his friends talking about Waterville. Now, these were men that largely were born in the 1870s and the 1880s. Wow. So I had a great original source of history, firsthand. They tell me one of the oldest stories, ghost stories, started in the Columbian House, 1850s. It was the midst of a cholera outbreak. Two men were standing in the tavern. A stranger walked in, grabbed his throat, fell dead on the floor. Men look at each other, scream cholera. One of them tore down the street to George Taylor's shop. It was known as the Coffin House. He specialized and had a huge demand at that time for coffins. Said, I've only got one on hand, but take it. They drag it back. Here's the problem. The coffin had been made for a wee little old grandmother. The deceased was a huge burly fellow. Now, one of my grandpa's friends told the story that they simply knocked out the footplate, buried him with his legs hanging out. His friend would say, Bill, you know that's right. There's no need to sugarcoat it for the lad. They took an axe and they smashed his legs, broke his legs right above the knees, folded him up on the torso, nailed the lid shut, and planted him that way.
Wow.
Now, regardless of which version, for years it's been reported that the spirit of that man periodically knocks on Mr. Taylor's door to see if he has a more appropriate coffin ready.
Jim, I think I could sit down and listen to you talk about local history all day. So thanks for the story. We're out of time, though, for the live shot, but I'll have more on Haunted Waterville tours coming up for my Go For 19 feature story later today at 5, and we'll also have more information on how you can sign up on our website. But for now, reporting from Waterville, I'm John Monk, WTOL 11.
Thanks, John. Those are some interesting stories. Now, Toledo's longest running 9 a.m. show, Good Day, will be returning in just a moment. Thank you for making us a part of your Thursday morning.